I am so excited to be here today with the cast of LezBe Kings. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. So, Mikey, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what LezBe Kings is?
Sure. Hey everybody out there. Small Town Pride Live. This is Mikey Likes It coming at you with my crew, my boys. Yeah! LezBe Kings. We're about creating, safe space, happy space. We're about elevating and celebrating queer woman culture, as well as drag, all things drag. And we really like to bring out our positive masculinity as our creative selves and really put on a good show. That's really what we're about.
That's awesome. Do you know how long has LezBe Kings been putting on shows?
Actually, you know what? This just might be our 1 year anniversary, as we debuted in May last year to a pretty damn well sold out house, and it was a lot of fun. So I think we're about 1 year old.
Yeah, that is awesome. And it looks like you've built quite a crew of kings, just being 1 year old. So tell me, what does a LezBe Kings show look like? What can I expect to see?
You can expect to see a lot of people excited in the audience. People get really jazzed for King shows, and I think it's because they're not expecting to be as entertained or turned on as they are, and it's a good time.
Absolutely. So tell me, what is your definition of a drag king? And how does that differ from other sorts of drag entertainment?
Drag king history is really evolved. It may not be on the forefront currently, but it's definitely something that's always existed. It's always been there. And we just want to bring it back to light in a positive way with our group of folks here from Idaho. we want to kind of reach out a little bit, though, too, with some of the stuff we're doing, just because, a lot of us grew up being tomboys or being, in situations growing up where, if you weren't feminine enough, you couldn't really feel confident, you couldn't feel proud. And I know that, the drag community in general, putting on face and getting out there and expressing yourself and gender expression in general, a lot of focus is on femininity, and there's not enough role models for all those baby butches out there. I was a baby butch, and I'd look around and, gym teachers and, come on, you don't want to grow up and feel like you're not a sexy, confident person, right? But that's what we're about. We're here. We're expressing our masculinity. We're bringing, some positive side to the queer community.
What are some other things that you want people to know about drag kings?
I would say a misconception or just something to embrace as we all evolve through our queerness and through in our community is recognize that when a king is in drag, we are most likely a he, him. Our pronouns mean something to us. It means something to our character, means something to our identity as that performance art, and also as a vulnerable part of ourselves that we're sharing with you.
Awesome. So what are some of your goals, and anyone feel free to chime in, what are some of your goals for the next 5 years or so for LezBe Kings?
Look out for LezBe Kings on tour.
Ooh, a tour coming.
Soon coming to a small town near you.
Ooh. Any more details you can share about that, or is it all
just some general
under wraps?
intermountain pleasure cruises and some weekend trips and maybe even a bus back and forth, and we can bring some people to and fro. Our town, their town. You know what I'm saying?
I cannot wait to hear more about that. Sign me up. So, what advice would you give to a young queer person or a queer person in one of the small towns who's watching now, who's interested in exploring drag performance as an art form, especially as a drag king?
Yeah, both for the young queer people and for the people like me who were, 30 and wanted to start exploring their queerness more and didn't know how to do that. For anyone who's interested in starting drag, reach out to somebody who does drag. If you don't know anyone who does drag in your area, shout out to us. Shout out to somebody that you follow on Instagram.
And kind of touching on if you want to get started and have never done it before, it's a very liberating feeling to just be that vulnerable and to just reveal this super important but also mostly hidden for women aspect of ourselves that is completely innate and inherent and just a part of us. So be brave, don't be afraid of it, and embrace it.
How can people watching right now contact LezBe Kings if they want to share ideas, get input, anything like that?
Yeah, all the things. LezBe Kings, LezBe Kings, LezBe Kings, because we all want to be kings. LezBe Kings together, LezBe Kings together, and Instagram, Facebook.
Awesome. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at Small Town Pride today. Happy Pride to all of you.
Thank you. Happy Pride, everybody.